Well, I'm really excited about today's brew day because I got to do some things differently. I think we're all kind of creatures of habit. I know I am. I brew IPAs and you know I love my Pilsners, but a lot of it's the same thing over and over again, which nothing wrong with that. But as I was down talking to John at his home brew shop yesterday, it occurred to me that there are so many new products and processes in use today that I should give it a shot. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to brew a hazy IPA, but I'm going to use a thiolized yeast and incorporate the use of mash hops to try to enhance the effect of that yeast. So what you'll see me doing is the steps that are unique to this opposed to just a normal brew day. Of course, the real test is how does it come out? But we're going to have to wait a couple weeks for that. But I'll make sure to discuss my recipe with you so you have all the various steps, exactly what I'm doing. So if this is something you've read about, thought about, if the results are good here, you may want to try it yourself. So let's just kick it off by starting the mash. I've got the strike water heated up here. I'm going to go ahead and add in my grains and 4 ounces of hops. Here we go. Okay, so you can see that I've added the grain. I'm stirring it now to make sure there's no dough balls. It's all looking pretty good. Let's go ahead now and add in our 2 ounces of Citra and 2 ounces of Simcoe and start the clock. Now in this step, I've seen some articles say that you can actually leave it in a mesh bag and have it available then later to actually use in your bittering process. To me, that sounded like it'd be a bit of a mess. And so I'm just going to stir them right in with the grains, let the process do its normal function, and we'll see what we get in the final outcome. So I'm just going to stir them up real good. I will be recirculating here, which will further help blend it all together. I'm going to go ahead and set up the recirculation and start the clock. Okay, let me bring you up to speed with where we're at. The brew day is almost done. The whirlpool's going. I added 6 ounces of hops into the whirlpool. That was 2 Mosiac, 2 Dorado, and 2 Azacca. I'm curious to see how this does though. Pretty excited about it. Like I say, I built this yeast starter up overnight, so I want to make sure I have the right pitch rate and viability to tackle this big beer. We'll get that going here in a bit. Then we just let it ferment like normal. I'll be adding a high Krausen dose of Citra, looking for the biotransformation of that. And then later in the dry hop, we'll be adding some more Dorado, Mosiac, and a little bit of Citra. Okay, we have a very active fermentation going right now. We're 2 days in, so I'm going to add the high Krausen biotransformation hops into the fermenter here. I'll be adding 1 ounce of Citra cryo hop. And so the cryo, if you've seen my other videos, it basically is going to give us about 2 times what you'd be getting out of T90 pellets. So you could consider this to be roughly a 2 ounce charge. I'm just going to pop open the lid, dump them in, seal it back up, and let it do its work. Here we go. There we go. Now we're just going to let it do its magic. We'll come back when fermentation's almost over and add the rest of our dry hops. Now for the most important part. Let's evaluate this beer. First off, I can let you know though, at the very end of the video, I'm going to post the recipe for what I used in this. And that's important because it shows the amount of hops and the hop schedule that went into this, because after all, that is really what's going to be the essence of your hazy IPA. So enough talk, let's grab a glass, take a look, and I'll take a taste. Now, this beer has been in the keg for over a month. And I'll let you know that There's no hint of any oxidation, which is really important with one of these hop-loaded beers. Any little potential oxidation problems, you'll know about it pretty quick. But as you can see, it looks beautiful, pours beautiful. The nose, oh yeah, just a ton of fruit there. Kind of what you'd expect in a hazy. Wow, the flavor, just like the aroma, super juicy. This is the kind of beer that anybody who likes this style is gonna like a lot. But the question really is this really any different than any other hazy IPAs that I've done using either London 3 or Imperial Juice yeast? You know, the whole point of this was the Thiolized Yeast, the Helio Gazer. I'm gonna say it's a little hard to tell. Nothing jumps out at me as being extraordinarily different. Both are super good. I think what the promise though with some of these new yeast strains coming out is that instead of using your more boutique and expensive hops like your Citra, Galaxy, Azacca, maybe you can achieve the same goals using Willamette, Cascade, and other low-cost old school hops. And that would be a very cool thing to see. But we'll see. I mean, it's a quest and an adventure and it's all fun. But for now, I would not hesitate to do this exact same beer. It is delicious. Again, I'll post all the information at the very end so you can see exactly what went into it. And I'd say if you're interested in doing this, give it a shot. It's pretty fun and the output, pretty darn good. So that's it for now. Thanks again for watching and I'll post more later.